Hey Aquarius, how are we today? Just doing our weekly readings. This week we're actually doing the monthly readings. Okay, so looking ahead at May and what's in store for you. Make sure you do subscribe to the channel if you're not already. I do really appreciate that. But this week we are I've got all the greenery happening this week. Okay, we will be splitting the month start, middle, and end. I am using Green Witch Oracle. I do have here the Tanis lenormand. I also will be using the Purposeful Career Oracle deck to look at job, career, finances, and then doing something a little bit different this month. We are going to look at general health for May for you as well, and I will be doing so with random selection of a herb from the Health Secrets of Medicinal Herbs. Okay, so this is a book by Michelle Mares. So there we go. We're going to have a look at some herbs today. Very herbal kind of month, apparently, May. So we're going to get started for you, Aquarius. Like I said, herbs. This deck also has herbs in it as well. Aquarius, what's going on for Aquarius? Start, middle, and end of May 2025. Aquarius. May for Aquarius, please. What does Aquarius need to know about May? For some reason, I just started hearing that what is a sound of music. A doe, a deer, a female deer. I don't know why that is relevant to you, Aquarius, but for some of you that may somehow be relevant to the month of May for you. Let me know if you know, because I do not have a clue what that references. It was just all of a sudden comes out. Aquarius, the start of May, we do have transition here with the cauliflower. Okay, so that is all about transitions. Very interesting. Getting used to changes and transitioning from one thing to another. I'm getting a few different things here, because I'm getting, for some of you, it's transitioning from singlehood to partnership. You know, I'm getting transitioning from this place to that place. And whether that be, you know, physical location of your house, or whether that be job, career. Some of you, that's job, career coming through, transitioning from, you know, this job to that job, this level of this job to that level of this job. So some of you, I am getting a transition coming through in that sense as well. You may be moving, you know, office spaces for some of you, transitioning to a new space, getting used to a new space. Embracing some sort of transition and change, because it's not a change as such a bad thing. It's just something. It's like it's swapping something for something else. So you're not losing either thing. Like, you're not losing out, because you're still going to have the thing. It's just transitioning from a thing that looks like A to a thing that looks like B. So there's just a, you know, it doesn't necessarily mean it's a huge change here, but we'll clarify that. Clarifying the transition for Aquarius at the start of May. What's the transition for Aquarius at the start of May, please? I'm quite clearly hearing here too that for somebody, that's where the Sound of Music reference is. It's a doe, a deer, like a literal deer. Bang, there goes my car, I need a new one. So if you're in a country where that's a potential issue, you may be transitioning to another vehicle because of deer damage. That sounds random, I know, but it was just sometimes I get the most random messages come through, but I feel like I need to say them, just in case it becomes relevant to you. If I didn't say it and then it happened, I'd be like kicking myself for not telling you. And it's actually interesting because I've only in the last few years have I found out that we actually have wild deer here in Australia, just nowhere on the level of what you see in the movies or whatever on TV in regards to America, Canada, all those sorts of places. We do have deer in Australia in the wild. There has actually been a place, about an hour, 2 hour drive from me where, it is an issue of people hitting deers with their cars. But I've never seen a deer wild in Australia. So, you know, if you're like me and you live in Australia, you're much more likely to hit a kangaroo than a deer. Let's put it that way. But which, I have hit a kangaroo more than once too, actually, I think. Um, but clarifying that energy, we do definitely see things stirring up here for you at the start of May. We have the stork there, which stirs up brand new energy, stirs things, gets things moving. So we definitely do have a transition coming through with the ship coming through there as well. A lot of movement with those two cards. So for some of you, you've maybe you don't even have the idea about this transition until the start of May, until it's kind of happening. I do feel as though it may come in quite quickly for a lot of you. The ship itself is a very quick energy, and the stork is like, well, here's the idea of the movement, and then the ship is right behind it. So the movement is, we have the idea, and then the movement happens straight away, sort of thing. All within the start of May. So I do feel as though it may be quite quick for quite a lot of you here. As soon as that idea is sort of thought of, bang, there it goes. We move into that transition straight away. But this is that energy too of we have the key. It's actually an opportunity. It is an opportunity, even if it's awkward to transition and to change, to move. I do feel like, once again, movement for a lot of you, moving houses, moving office spaces, moving jobs. It's definitely something along those lines. Moving from single to in a relationship, moving from away from family, or moving, having a lot of changes in that sort of a sense coming through. But it's like, for a lot of you, I do get there's something about opening a new doorway. So it does feel like a quite literal space. So house, car, what else has got a door? The new office space, the new job. You're opening a new door, you're unlocking a new door, quite physically for some of you. So for some of you, it may be moving in with somebody. It may be moving to the point in the relationship where you're going to somebody's house, those sorts of things. Definitely, a new opportunity that is sort of getting stirred up. We're moving towards this new opportunity. It is going to lead you to success with that, and I am seeing that followed through in the middle of May here, with the first card coming through as the longevity card. Okay, longevity, that is chrysanthemums. Okay, that actually came out with divination, the chives card as well. Both of those, herb. We have a herb and a flower here, but both of those are very homely energies. Cauliflower, very homely energy. So we do, once again, I am seeing references to, your home. You're moving in with somebody, maybe you're moving houses. They a chrysanthemum is quite often, given as a gift when someone moves into a new home, is given a new job, all those sorts of things. But that's the card of longevity. So we do see that this is, transition to something, that is going to be a longer term thing. So whatever you're moving away from, whatever this new opportunity is, it's going to be, the next big thing in your life, the next house you live in for quite a long time, the next, the next job that you stay in for quite a long time. It's helping create a sense of longevity in your life, a bit more permanence, I feel, for a lot of you there. We do have divination as well. So there is a lot of understanding here coming through with this, that you're able to foresee the longevity here, and it makes the longevity of this a little bit clearer to you than where you have been in the past. It's kind of like you're more able to envision staying in this house long term. You're able to see how that's going to work for you long term. Whereas because I'm kind of picking up this energy of like, I'm just going to use moving house as the example, okay? So it's kind of this energy of where you have been currently. You're like, yeah, okay, it's a house. But then when you move to this new house, it's kind of like you can see, oh, this place, I can actually picture myself here, oh, down the track, I want to do this to this place. I want to do that. I can see that all I need to do, when I start my own family and or when I, get older, I can change this and it still be perfect. So you're able to actually see, longer term with this place, whereas the place you're in, you just never even thought about that sort of stuff. It just never occurred to you to even think about, oh, well, what happens when I have children? Where am I going to put them? With this new place, it just kind of automatically, it all clicks in for you there, and you're all of a sudden you're seeing, 5, 10, 20 years from now, what changes you can make to make that still be suitable for you, 5, 10, 20 years from now. So it all just sort of flows very, very smoothly, and gives you that long-term perspective. You're able to see a lot more clearly how this is going to help you long term, feel stable, and how you can, be in this realm longer term. It's going to just make it like, it's just going to make sense, I feel, Aquarius. At the end of the month, we do have vitality coming through with the fig here. Okay, and now this card, it does speak quite heavily of plump, juicy, plump, juicy energy. All right, it's very vitality, rigorous energy, a lot of physical activity. So it is connecting quite sensually as well. All right, so for a lot of you, this is some sort of sensual, um, charmed kind of energy. You can sort of see the snake in the imagery here as well. So it does bring to light, the passion and the desire and the sensuality of the snake energy, the temptations and the the flowing, that kind of energy definitely coming through there as well. I do feel as though the end of May is going to be, it feels like very sensual for you, very sexual and sensual, but sensuality seems to be very strong there. Clarify vitality for Aquarius at the end of May, please. So for some of you here, we do have the clouds coming through. So this is sort of, your thoughts very heavily on sensuality and, swaying to the beat. I'm getting that phrase coming through. We do have the crossroads coming through. So, thinking very heavily about, what do I need to do to, embrace this in my life a little bit more? What choices do I need to make? For some of you, it's a you may be tempted to overthink the choice a little bit here, but at the end of the day, following the path of the most sensuality is the right path for you here. Following, making the choice that does have a bit more of a sociable dating kind of energy, a compromising energy. This is the garden here, meeting people halfway, compromising. It does talk about, getting out and about, spending more time with people. So going out on dates, whether that's friends and family or loved ones, lovers, it's getting out. And, I do feel that for some of you, it's this swaying to the beat, going out dancing kind of energy, going out on a date, choosing to, you've been overthinking it for a while, but maybe we just need to choose to actually get out there and do it at the end of May, and to help embrace your, your desires and your passions and your sensuality, definitely coming through there as well. All right, interesting. So looking at job, career, money. Job, career, money for Aquarius in May, please. What does Aquarius need to know in regard to career and finances for May? So definitely seeing that transition may be job, career, finances related for a lot of you. Just do it. Just do it. And for some of you, this is that getting out and about and getting out and dating. Look at her putting on her lippy there. Procrastination will not bring any success. This is the best time to put your plans into action. Just do it. Just do it, Nikki. Getting so many weird references for you today. You know, so no procrastination for you, just getting out there and doing it, putting your, put your whole self in to it all. We have healing coming through for you as well. Your finances are healing quickly. Continue to do what's best for yourself and you'll see great results. You have gained the energy that you need. So you are definitely moving in the right direction. Just do it. And you are, healing your finances by not procrastinating, by just taking steps forward. That is part of the healing process. Just getting out there and doing it is healing your financial situation and providing you with security as well. We have security there. And that does say you're financially secure and abundant. Continue to grow to maintain stability in your career and finances. Multiple streams of income are recommended. So maybe that's what this is about for some of you here. It's about, getting a little bit more proactive and moving forward in other areas as well, choosing to, finally do some of those things that you've been thinking about, that you have been very passionate towards. I've been overthinking this for years and I'm very passionate about this, and do you know what, I'm going to choose to actually just start getting out there, start holding some meetings, getting out there and meeting the right people, networking, that sort of stuff, in order to find even more financial security for myself in the future. Okay, Aquarius, so we'll have a look at health for you, like I said, with the medicinal herbs book here. So Aquarius, what herb does Aquarius need in regard to health, please? Okay, so that's actually on the other page. I'm opening random pages, okay, and some of them have drawings. And what we're seeing here is a walnut tree. Okay, we have a walnut tree. So that actually starts on the other page ahead. Oh, we've got a couple of walnuts. We have black walnuts, English walnuts, and white walnuts, which is the one that I'm being drawn to here. It does say white walnut, otherwise known as butternut. The dried inner bark of this walnut has been used as a tonic, laxative, and anthelmintic for worms. A wash of the infusion has been used for eczema. Okay, so it's a bark, the bark of the walnut. A laxative, so that may be a laxative. You may be finding you're a bit blocked up, and that's maybe why we saw that snake energy before. We need to go with the flow a little, flow a little bit better. So for some of you, there may be some indigestion issues, that constipation issues that we're needing a laxative for this month. But the eczema does seem quite important there for a lot of you. A wash of the infusion of white walnut butternut has been used for eczema. So you may be having some rash. Even if you're not someone who suffers from eczema, I just feel that this is like a rash, like an infection rash, or just some sort of rash or skin irritation. You may be finding out you're allergic to something just randomly throughout the month, and having some skin irritation. All right. So that may be something coming through for you this month. I'm just sort of checking to make sure there's nothing else coming through from the other nuts here. Pinworms is recommended with the black walnuts as well. So, if you do, because what is it with worms? Like, what a weird thing, worms. But like I said, we did see that snake imagery coming through for you before as well. So, worms may actually, intestinal worms may be an issue, especially if you have pets in the family, because is that how we contract pet worms? I don't know. Um, I'm pretty sure, like, if you've got pet dogs, you need to make sure you test, like, treating for worms. So make sure you go and have a worm tablet. All right, you can get them ones now that are the little chocolate pieces, and you just have one of those and give everyone in the family the little worm chocolate. Maybe it's just a reminder for some of you there, Aquarius, that you need to make sure you've had your worm treatment. All right, if that's something you need to do regularly, I'm not entirely sure. It's not. We don't have a lot of contact with you know dogs or animals other than my lizard in my house. So because I'm allergic to cats, and we don't have dogs that we're spending a lot of time with regularly. So it's not something I've thought about, to be honest. I have definitely given my son worm medication in the past though, because young kids at school. Yeah. Um, fun. But that's what we have for you today. You're more than welcome to check out other significant placements as well. See how things go, and I'll see you all again soon.